Moi. Terve. And welcome. Welcome back. Episode 122. Can you believe it? Good to see you guys here. JF, Poyu, Lorelei, JS. I don't know how you guys keep showing up for this. But we're here. We're here because we're here. But yes, and let's see, JF, you're in Puniki. And then Poyu, you said something like good evening. Ranka paiva. What does ranka mean? I'll Google translate it. Ranka paiva. Tough day. Oh no. Sorry to hear that. I see hammaslakari means the dentist. You had like, was it antibiotics and something about the bank customer service? Something happened. And something about you slept badly last night. Is that it? Let me pull this. Antibiotic course, anxiety about making ends meet, dealing with bank customer service, and all this after a really bad night's sleep. I'm sorry to hear that. Hang in there, Poyu. It is tough. Anxiety sucks. But maybe I can distract you for a little bit. But yeah. What is this? Alka yo tuntua kessa iselta. Something about like it's beginning already to feel like summer? I don't know what this... I know kessa is summer, but this iselta could mean something else. I guess that's just an ending you put to say it's already feeling like summer. Like it's... Let's look it up on Wiktionary. Kesainen. Ah, okay. Summary. That's where the word is coming from. Okay. Kesainen. And then it becomes kesaiselta. Because it's like tuntua kesaiselta. Yeah. This one. Yeah. But hey, Pahis, welcome in. Good to see you. I'm a good distraction, Poyu. Okay, at least I can serve in some way. And I did get a lot of the meaning. I'm proud of myself. Thank you. Believe it or not, I actually did practice this morning for like 2.5 hours practicing Finnish. And working a little bit on trying to create some more tools, or at least like we could maybe practice some of this today. I'm trying to practice more English to Finnish. And so this morning I tried asking ChatGPT to kind of give me some sentences in Finnish with the English translation that are sort of like everyday sentences. And I'm kind of using the UKI National Language Exam stuff to help for the topics and language functions and stuff I've shown on stream before. And so it'll come up with sentences, and then I'll try to... I won't read the Finnish. So like what I do, because the problem I've realized, ChatGPT is very clever at tricking itself into making mistakes confidently. So you have to ask it to write in Finnish first and then give you whatever the English translation is. And then I try to translate from the English to the Finnish, and I'll type it in. and then I'll sort of have a conversation with ChatGPT. It will evaluate the quality of my sentences, and then I can see what the original sentence was. I don't think I'll do it on stream today, but I was testing it out just to see how it would work. And I mean, it's quite helpful in some ways. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's a good test for me to be given sentences to try and translate. And then I'm like, oh, wow, I don't know that word, or, you know, and I kind of have to just make things up. And then sometimes I might actually get the word correct. Because with Finnish, it's like you add endings. And there are times like there was this one word I said, kotonani. Kotonani. And I was like, because it was like at my home was the translation. I needed to translate from English at my home. And I was like, I know kotona is home or at home. Kotonani. And I'm like, okay. And then it turns out that's actually a word, if I remember correctly. Is it? Kotonani. Yeah. It's the first person singular possessive form of kotona, at my home. But then there was another sentence that was like, to have guests over to your home or something like this. And then it was like kotiin instead of kotona. And so, yeah, little details like that can be helpful. So ChatGPT will kind of help with that. So at least I'm just practicing. But yeah, it feels like summer. And hey, 27, welcome in. How are you? You love summer in Finland, favorite day of the year. I mean, dude, summer sneaks up on me. I feel like I feel like all of a sudden the sun has been staying out till like 10 p.m. Like, when did that start happening? Like, I only noticed it like a few weeks ago. It felt like it skipped. I feel like it jumped from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. in a week. I feel like, I guess all of spring just disappeared. But it is May, so we have one more month until the summer solstice, midsummer, when the sun is out the longest day of the year. So yeah. Oh. But yeah, how is everybody doing in chat? Hope you're having a good week, and I'm having a pretty good day. I've been listening to the Song of Ice and Fire audiobooks, and I just finished the Storm of Swords book, and it's better than I remember. Like, it was really good. I really enjoyed it. It's sad and beautiful, and it's like beautiful in a tragic way. Like, the whole book is just so incredible. And it's not all tragic. Like, there's some really interesting stuff. But yeah, anyways, I'm not going to talk. I could, I give you guys Tolkien lectures all the time, all right? I'll spare you the George R. R. Martin lectures. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So that's put me in a good mood today. Kotiniko. Like, to your home? Is that how you would say it, Pahis? Did you have a good summer? No, I was working that day. Yep. Yeah, and the sun has been rising before 5. Yeah, I wake up really early. I've been waking up at like 5 a.m. most days. Because, like, I can. I just wake up and I just get going. I practice Finnish. I do work. I go for a run. I went to you know what? Today, I had a big achievement. Today, I purchased a rutabaga, also called a swede, in Finnish a lanttu, for the very first time. Maybe I've eaten this vegetable before, but I've never... Actually, here, let me... Lanttu. This thing. I don't want to see this. Adobe edit image. Why am I getting an Adobe advertisement? Does Google do these pop-up advertisements now? I've never seen anything like this. All right, whatever. The rutabaga. Lanttu. And I cooked with it. I made a curry. And I chopped it up. It's like a potato. It's basically a potato. But it's like more like a turnip, I guess. But it reminds me of a potato. So I made curry with lanttu and red lentils. Punaiset leansit. Is that it? I don't know. So I cooked a bit today. I was also listening to the audiobook while I was cooking. That's also another thing. It's like, if you have chores to do, like if you're cooking or cleaning, or you just go for a walk or something, just if you have a good audiobook, and I highly recommend the Game of Thrones or Song of Ice and Fire audiobook. It's like over 100 hours of audio, so it'll keep you occupied. But hey, Doomsdairy, welcome in. How's it going? One fun sentence for some reason. Soitte maamme laulaa, laulua, lauloivat, laulavat, laulajat. I mean, something about singing. You gotta find, what? Oh, for your day today, JS, I have to look at what you wrote earlier in Finnish. I'll take a look. Let me see here. You wrote something about hervannassa aurinkoista. Something about the sun, but I don't know what hervannasta or hervannassa. Let's Google Translate. Sunny in Hervanta. So this is just a location? Or is Google incorrect here? And then you wrote up here, here, I'll actually copy it over, but I'm not going to look at the English just yet. But aiemmin tänään päivällä kävin saunassa. So something about earlier today, I went to the sauna. I sauna bathed. And then did you go for a walk afterwards? You went for a walk. A little, what is this? I don't know. A little something also for a walk. Okay, I don't know. Did you do 2 walks today? Around 10 kilsa. Is that a slang for kilometers? I don't know. Suolijärvi, the bog lake. Kahdesti ympäri. You went around a lake on this rantareitti. Does that mean like the shoreline? Ja pururata. Puru. I forget what that means. But let's see. Hold on. Okay, I went to the sauna after a walk. You've lengthened your walks a bit. About 10 kilometers. So I was right. Twice around Suolijärvi, a coastal path, and a walking track. So I got a lot of it. I understood quite a bit. Well, it sounds like a good day, JS. But yeah. You're getting further into writing your last essay, Lorelai. Congratulations. Almost there. I don't. Should I say congratulations yet? Is that premature? Is that bad luck? And wait, your application to Kel is being held up by a retirement company. Oh no. I hope it goes through. Since it became warm, Doomsday, you've been waking up later. How come? I feel like if it's cold, then I want to sleep more. But if it's hot and I wake up, I might be like, I gotta get up. Gotta get out of bed. I'm all sweaty. You know, one of the best feelings in the day is waking up early, but feeling well rested and making coffee. And those first few moments with your coffee in the morning and you sit down and you feel like you have the whole day ahead of you, that's a good feeling. Or the end of the day when you've done a lot of things or you did all the things you needed to do that day and you just feel like tired, you know, and you're reading a really good book and you're just ready to fall asleep and it's only like 9:30. That's a good feeling. And you're like, oh, I can just fall asleep and I'll sleep so much tonight. I like that feeling too. I'm an old man. I go to bed early. I wake up early. But yeah. Yeah, is it Google or is it my browser being sus? Well, either way, the browser is the Google Chrome browser. I don't have any Adobe plugins or anything. Yeah, so I don't know why Adobe would be advertising like that on Google. But yeah. The house would have to be on fire for you to get up at 5 a.m. 27. Yeah. Will I grow Lantu? Oh, and hey JF, welcome in. I don't have Lantu seeds. Lantu siamet. Lantun siamet. So yeah, I don't have the seeds for it. I could, but I haven't decided yet. JS, you don't use Google anymore. You use Start Page. I don't think I've heard of Start Page. What is Start Page? Let me Google it. Private search engine, no tracking, no search history. Yeah, maybe we've given Google too much power. Caravanta is in Tampere. Suoli means intestine. Intestine lake? What? Yeah, who wouldn't like to swim there, 27? It's named as that as it looks like that on a map. Yeah, I would hope that's the reason. And not some other... But yeah, maybe let's review some vocabulary. I want to do English to Finnish. And I want to practice like the trailing week of words. Let's see if I can translate. I also feel like I need to type it out somewhere. I'll type out. I guess I was thinking, I'm like, could I put it in Google Translate? That's not very good. I'm just going to type it over here in this little box. Well, you guys can't even see it. Dang it. It's because I have everything formatted here. Fine, we'll change the color. There we go. And we'll make it bigger. Wait, let's just make it like kind of like this. Whoops. Okay. Cycling, I believe, is something like this. Is it like something like this? Or like something. It's probably something ridiculous like this. No! Okay, that's... You know, I do think that this word kind of came to my brain in a phantom. Like it just flickered in my brain and I was like, purailu. But I dismissed the word and I thought, no, cycling has to have the like aminen ending to it or something like that. Puraileminen. You made it a bit too complex. So there is another version that could be... I was kind of on the right track here. Puraileminen. This one? Yeah, both endings work. It'd be like cycling versus cyclage. That doesn't really work in English, cyclage. But yeah, purailu is the better word. I'm just gonna say I got it wrong. Uh-oh. Okay, it does. Channel is kanava. Boom. But I should have written it down. Oops, sorry. Bumped the table. Exceptionally. I have no idea. No idea. I would never have guessed that. Poikkeuksellisen. Let's type it out. Poikkeuksellisen. Let's look it up on Wiktionary. Will that help me? Poikkeus means exception or anomaly. Poikkeus. It makes me think of poikka for a boy, an exceptional little boy. Is that what would you say that? Like, poikkeuksellinen poikka. Could you say that? Kävely versus käveleminen. Yeah, I know how to write kanava. You got a bug in your eye, 27? That actually, yeah, this always happens. Like whenever I'm running in summer, I can't wait for it to be cold again because I get tired of how hot and how many bugs there are. When I hate coming home and just having like bugs stuck to me, you know, little gnats. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it's like it's one of those things. Enough time passes every year that I forget about it, and then it starts happening again, and I'm like, oh man, this crap. And the same is true with running in winter. I forget how cold and painful it can be. And I'm like, oh, if only it was sunny and warm, I'd be so much better. But actually, the weather has been so nice right now because it's not too hot and the bugs aren't too bad. And the snakes aren't out yet. All right, I did see one snake the other week, but Yeah, where I live, there are lots of snakes. Yeah, there's a bit a problem with translating those single words, as in the sentence context, they might be a bit different. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of going off of it in the sense that these are words that I should know because I've added them all to the spreadsheet within the past 7 days. And so, poikkeuksellisen. And maybe I should also look at the sentences. I could try to translate the sentences from English to Finnish. That would be really hard. Ice hockey is jääkiekko. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if it ended with an O. I was like, I think it ends with an O. Jääkiekko. Ice hockey. You were almost hit by spruce cones today, JS. Oh, it was because it was so windy. With exceptionally, one would translate it as poikkeuksellisesti. Yeah. Or does one? Now you're doubting yourself, JS? Oh, mode of transport. Oh, hold on a second. This was weird. I remember this being a really difficult word from Finnish. I remember it was not on Wiktionary. Like, it doesn't have its own entry in Wiktionary as a compound word. Mode of... I can't remember. Kulkutapa. Kulku, I think, means like a route, right? And then tapa means away. But in this context, it means a mode of transport. Late September and October is best time for outdoor activities. Very little, no bugs. Weather is still cool enough. Or it's getting cool enough, I guess. Your favorite weather, Pahis, as well. You like all the seasons, JS? As long as we get all 4 proper ones. Not some mashup of winter, spring, and summer. Yeah. True. Although, I don't like it when summer is too hot. You know, I grew up in Texas. I have had a lifetime's worth of hot weather. And the difference is in Texas, we have air conditioning. So even when it's hot, or even not that hot, but just hot, like if even when it gets as hot as it does here in Finland, or maybe I should say it when Finland gets as hot, I don't know. It's harder to deal with the heat here in Finland because we don't have air conditioning. So when it's hot, you have nowhere to go. Yeah, you could just go walk around a grocery store. That's about it. The grocery store is the only... Anyways, aviation industry. Is it like lentoala? I'm going to say that. Lentoala. No. I got ala right, the sector, industry, but ilmailu ala. Ilmailu ala. The aviation industry. I translated it as plane industry. Lento. You had a lifetime of hot summers and installed air conditioning last year, JS? True. They're sitting in the Turku main library. They've got good air conditioning, Lorelei. It makes living more interesting. I do like having the seasons. Like, yeah. Though there are times when I'm like, man, I'd love to be on a tropical beach. Like, what am I doing here? Oh, what the heck was this? A notable player. It was like a key, like the key player for a team. I feel like one of the words is sort of like a competitor. A kilpailu was maybe in this. It was like kilpailia, luya, something like that. And then Avine, I'm gonna say key. Avine kilpailaya. No. Do you like how I gaslit myself into thinking that I might be half right when I was 0% right? And honestly, this should have been easier for me to get. Literally profile. And then pelaya, player. Pelata is to play. So somebody who plays is a pelaya. I definitely deserve to get that one wrong. Deep in the red there. Not good air conditioning, but functional. Well, it was significantly better in some places when you had your internship there. You knew where to be in the library. To perform. Is this like esintua? Let me write it out. Is it 2 eyes? I don't know. Oh my god. That is a swish. That was a 3-pointer. Steph Curry precision. Drained it. Hit the green button. Hit the damn green button. I deserve it. For health. I remember this was, I think this was from today. It was a little health is terveus. And for health is like terveudelle. Terveudelle. Boom. Boom, baby. You gotta like, what is it? Hype yourself up. I'm my own hype man. The best part of the Eurovision final was the baby lasagna carria mashup. I don't know. I don't think I've heard of baby lasagna. Is that another group that is performed? Terveudexi is usually used. Terveudexi for health. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna get demonetized. What the heck? I don't know how to say this actually in Finnish. I would guess something like, is it like, well, hold on. Why am I thinking of the word murha? Is that murder? But I'm also thinking of kuolla, which is to kill. Is it kuollua? Like, cool. No, that means to die. Itsemurha. I actually thought of it. I thought about saying that, and I didn't. Itsemurha. I was so close. To worsen. How does... What? Okay, worse. How do I say worse? Something is better is like... Well, I know paras is best. If something gets worse, doesn't it become like pahemine or something? Like paha. Or no, huono. Huonompi. I have no idea. Pahentua. I said paha. But yeah, I didn't quite get it. Papa is to kill. Baby Lasagna came second in 2024. Carrier came second in 2023. Oh, the People's winners from 23 and 24. Okay, that's it. Huonontua is also correct. Yeah, because huono means bad. So yeah, huonontua, to worsen. See, that's like, this is why I need to practice more English to Finnish. Because I have a good recognition ability. Like if I see a word, I can kind of Sherlock Holmes the answer. But if I have to say the word, I can't think of it. To transport. Oh, this word starts with a K. But I don't. Kahatua or something like that. Kuljeta. I knew it started with a K. If that's worth that. Like half the words in the Finnish language start with a K. That's like honestly the most common letter. Kuljeta, to transport. Kuolempi, more dead. Kahahtoa. Look, I'm just gonna say whatever, alright? I'm just gonna say stuff that sounds like it's Finnish. The final match. Finale. Ottelu. Is that it? No, I was close. Yeah, I did say Ottelu. What do you... If I... Loppu Ottelu is like the end match. But finale Ottelu. Can I say that? Hold on. Let me know what you think. I got to take a quick break. Oh. All right. Well, it doesn't seem like I have much support for finale Ottelu, so I'm just going to say I got it wrong. But I got Ottelu, which I'm happy about. To tighten. I know this. This is another K word. I think so. But I can't think of it. It's another K word. Kiristua. Kiristua. Kirista. Kirya. Meaning tight. Kirya. Well-being. This is is it hyvä voimi? Is it hyvin voimi? Voima. What? I've seen this word so many times because of like it's like the well-being, welfare region. Let me type it out. It's vointi, maybe. Vointi. Hyvin vointi. Oh, I'm clutch. I am clutch. I didn't say it correctly until the end, until I started typing it out. Hyvinvointi, well-being, or it can also mean welfare. Kiristää would be the nominative translation. Kiristää also means to extort. Kiristyä is to tighten. Thanks, Lorelai. I did get it. The Children's Fund. Well, okay, wait. Would it just be like Lapsen? Or would it be like Lapsoyen? I feel like I would remember if it was Oyen, but I'm going to say a Lapsen and a fund. I believe it is Rahasto. Lapsen Rahasto. Lasten. This is the kind of BS the Finnish language puts upon me. All right. Lapsi. Hold on, I want to look this. Lapsi. Wait, in English? That's a word in English? Apostates who renounce their faith under persecution by the ancient Roman authorities. The Lapsi. That's weird. In Finnish, though. Yeah. Lapsi Lapset. Lapsen? So, okay, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't crazy by going Lapsen. It's then in the plural if I go Lapsien or Lasten, because it's children's fund. Why did I say Lapsoyen? Is that a word? I think I just made that up. Lapsoyen. That was my version of the plural. Instead of Lapsien, I thought Lapsoyen. I don't think that exists. I don't know. Maybe it does. Let me type it in just to see if it shows up as a form here. Lapsoyen. No, it doesn't look like it. This is what I constantly do. When I try to write in Finnish, I end up making up all sorts of new endings. Yeah. I was very close. Lapsen is singular. Lapsen rahasto would be like when a parent saves the lapsilisa into some account for the kid to receive later. Like, yeah, a fund, a trust fund, I think is what we'd often call it in English. But yeah, I should have known Lasten, so I'm gonna say I got it wrong. Even though I was probably close enough, I could say I got it right. But the professional jury, I do remember this somewhat because it's ammattilais. It's I don't know. Ammattilaisjuuri. Ammattilaisraati. I was close. Raati. To affect. Oh, there's like 4 words you can use for this, whether it's like... Why? I can't think of a single word like Vaikuttaa. Oh, I got it. I got it. Vaikuttaa. Hell yes. Tämä vaikuttaa noin 60 000 ihmisen lentoihin. Boom. Juuri is a root. Yeah. That's true. I do know that word now that you mention it, but I couldn't think of the word for jury. I forgot the double M. 27. Ammatti. Home care allowance. Okay, give me a second. Koti. Huolto. Allowance. I don't know. Raha. I can't think of it. Tuki. And I said, what did I say? Koti huolto. But it's hoito. Did I say hoito or huolto? They're very similar words. But anyways, koti hoidon tuki. Home care allowance. I said huolto, Lorelai. Profiili. Wait, why I keep seeing the same. Well, the way I have it set up, it's not removing words that I've practiced today. It's just it's pulling from the same pool of words every time, so we get some extra ones. But I know this now. Profiili pelaaja. Profiili pelaaja. Oh wow. It's gotta be something like kaleidoscope. I get credit. I guess I didn't pronounce this correctly. It's kaleidoscope. And I wouldn't have spelled it correctly here. The double O and double P. But I'm close enough. Also, it's not that important of a word. Right? I mean, come on. Kanava. We already did that one. Do not skip repeats, says JS. That's true. That's true. You're getting a pizza now, 27? It's a good idea. A union strike. I know a strike is a lakko. And the union is at liito. Liito lakko. Is that how it is? Not liito. Liito Oravan lakko. Wait, what? The Squirrel League? What? Does liito mean like a league or alliance, right? Or it has... Oh. Okay, I got very confused because liito is different from liito. Liito orava lakko. Yeah, the flying squirrels have been on a strike. It has completely devastated the Finnish economy. Yes, okay. In my defense, liitto can mean a union. But, and it can mean a trade union. So I actually was right. Ammattiliitto. Union is liitto, but unioni is also used in Finnish. Unioni. Unioni. Do I get it correct then, the way that I said it? Or maybe not. I'll just say I got it wrong. Liitto. Liito oravan lakko. To tighten. Kiristyä. 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 I'm learning. See, I'm remembering words. Look at me. Government. Hallitus. Hallitus. Home care allowance. Yeah, we're getting a lot of repeats. I mean, there's got to be at least like 150 words. Actually, I mean, I could look. The trailing week. 120 words. So cool, you know. We had this one. Home care allowance is koti. It's not huolto because that's what I said the first time. What's the other word? Hoi. Why do I think it's like hoito? Koti hoito. And it's like koti hoidin. Allowance. What was the word for allowance? I already forgot that as well. Koti hoidon. Koti hoidon. Raati. Tuki. Kotihoidon tuki. Hallitus is mold in Estonian. So apt. To represent is edustaa. Edustaja. Edustaja. For health, terveys, terveydelle. Terveydelle. Pyöräilystä on hyötyä terveydelle. That's a difficult sentence to say for my little American mouth to do all those vowels. Sometimes it feels like your mouth is doing gymnastics to speak this language. To win, voittaa, right? Yeah, voittaa. I don't. You see, I don't have much confidence when it, and I'm like, I think this is the word. Euroviisut voitti Itävalta. To win. Well, okay, if it's the same word back to back, I skip. All right. Internet. Is that verkko or netti? Yeah, verkko. The Children's Fund. Let me rewrite it because this is incorrect. Lasten rahasto, right? Lasten rahasto. Internet is also internet. You say internet. to concern, to relate to. Does this one start with a K? Because it's we already had vaikuttaa, which is to affect. But is this one like, or it could? There's another one that's like vaihdella. Is that a word? Vaihdella. I'm gonna write it here. I don't think that's it though. But there's another one with a K that's like koskea. I'm gonna say koskea. Yeah. Yes. Oh, that is the strangest feeling of like, it almost feels like I'm not really in control of what's in my brain. It really feels like my brain exists outside of me, and I'm reaching into it and pulling out little note cards. I'm like, is this the right note? And all my note cards are like in very bad handwriting. Nothing is indexed properly. But I got it. But what about this Vaihidella word? Let me see. Is that a word? It is. To vary. Is there another word for like to affect that is like this? I've seen this in the weather. It talks about that the weather will vary. I can't see the thumbs up that you showed, JS. All right, Pahis, take care. Thanks for dropping by. Vaikuttaa is the word. Okay, thank you. To influence. To affect. Ah. Yeah, koskea. I got it right. Hell yeah. Premiere. It's probably like ensinyö or something like that. Ensimmäinen yö. I'm close. Ensi-ilta. Ensi-ilta. Got it wrong though. The first evening. To suffer. Oh, that's me. That is all of us right now. That's why I do these live streams. Because suffering is better when it's shared. I actually have no idea what the word is for suffering. I'm gonna guess it starts with an H. No. I should have just guessed K, right? Katarsia. Katarsia. Let me hold on. I want to see. Katarsian. Katarsin. So in this case, yeah, this is why I was thinking for a second. I wanted to look at this to make sure, because some verbs have the same form for first or for present and past tense. Though not for all the whatever persons, I guess. Katarsi versus katarsi. And then the passive katarsitan. Let's suffer. Katarsitan. That should be on the thumbnail for this live stream. And a picture of me on the Never-Ending Story Dragon. Katarsitin is to be or was suffered. Was suffered. pig has catersa, and it in some forms it's similar to catersia. Is that like a snout? Oh, this, yeah, you wrote the snout. Catersa. The proboscis. The proboscis, I've never heard of it referred on an elephant. I've never heard someone refer to the elephant's trunk as the proboscis. I've only ever heard proboscis for insects. But apparently you can use it. It literally comes from the word for elephant's trunk in ancient Greek. Oh, no, it doesn't. Literally means the means for taking food. But apparently in ancient Greek, it referred to the elephant's trunk. I don't know. Whatever. The trunk of an elephant. The elephant's proboscis. Good word. Catersia, got it wrong. Catersia, many snouts. Yeah. The suicide, itsemurha. Edustaa. Cancellation. Perustaminen. Why is it peruminen and not perustaminen? Is perustaminen a word? It's a word. But it means foundation. Oh, as opposed to peruminen, which is cancellation or canceling. Perua. Peruminen. I got it wrong. I tried. Perusta. Perua. Learning outcome is opiskelutulos. Opiskelutulos. No, I was close. Oppimistulos. Euroviisut. Can I get this word? Pyräily. Let me write it out, because it's a weird word. Pyräily. Pyräily. Boom. Kanava. I've gotten kanava like 4 times. Oh, what the... I don't remember this. How do I say the matriculation exam? It's like... Yli oppilas kone. Is that... I remember it was kone. Yli oppilas kone. Oh my... I am a god of the Finnish language. Ylioppilaskirjoitukset. Like the Wiktionary page said, of a person with a large nose? What? Is that the proboscis? The Beyond Student Machine, exactly. Ylioppilaskone is one of those made-up words referring to some web service or something about a particular subject. Yeah, no. That's true, JS. Thanks for pointing that out. Like, some of the words that these are words that come from, you know, the Selko Uti set. And so they're just reporting about some new tool, this web service that students can use. So yeah, some of the vocab is definitely not worth remembering. Or like, you know, not maybe, yeah. But look, if it shows up, I learn it. Terveydellä. Terveydellä. Yeah, not just a Selko Utis thing. Since. Is this asti? Asti. Do I get credit? Doesn't asti also mean since? Lähtien. Or asti maybe doesn't mean since. Oh, it does mean since okay, as a postposition with the elative or ablative. Like, could you say tammikuusta asti? Is that valid? Google a earlier comment about something in English. What? I'm going to say I got it right. Wage. I should know this. Why do I think it's like palkka. Get out of here. Palkka. I'm a Finnish speaker. A Q. I know this. Jono. Jono. No man's land. A mies. Mia. Wait, miehen. Mies? Miehet. Mien? Miehen. Ma. A kenen can ma. I was on the right track with a and ma, but kenen can. By the way, I think I should review mies because I couldn't remember how to conjugate this in Finnish. Yeah, mies, miehet, miehen. So I was right. Miesten or miehien. Yeah. All right, give me another break. Allergy break. Okay, I'm going to do a few more of these. And then I'm going to take a break from this type of practice. And maybe we'll look at something else. Because there's only so many like flashcards you can do in a day. And you can see I've already done 97 today. So Miehinen, Manly. Gold medal team. Cool. Is it Kulta? I think it was like Kulta Joukkue. Kulta Joukkue. Kulta Joukkue. That's what I said, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Kulta Joukkue. You're alluding to something that is in Selko. In this Selko? Or because I haven't read this one yet. But it sounds like there was some people got hurt in a school. It's a lot of bad news. Yeah. Typically, because I do Selko early in the morning. And so I always review the previous day. So I haven't read today's Selko until tomorrow. But, you know, I'm warned. I'll go in knowing what to expect. To be worse off. Olla huonompi. I have no idea. I was kind of close. Voida huonommin. Lapset ja nuoret voivat huonommin kuin ennen. Huonommin. Edustaja. I could practice a couple more. This includes all the words I've ever practiced that haven't been practiced today. So 1,238 words. I have exactly 1,300 words in my spreadsheet. But yeah. Let's see here. Let's do a couple of these. Talos, economy. Talos. You can't olla huonommin, but things voisivat olla huonommin. A kulttuurifiguuri. I was kind of close. Kulttuurivaikuttaja. Is this like an influencer? Is that what vaikuttaja means? Vaikuttaa is to affect. Influencer. I'm an influencer within the Finnish learning community. I influence people by showing them how not to learn Finnish. I think my influence is in showing what not to do. To concern, to affect, koskea, or was the vaikuttaa. It's an, oh wait, JS, I saw what you said before you retracted it. It's an influencer before the internet. Yeah, an influencer, but not like the kind of social media influencer. Okay. It felt wrong, JS. Vaiku is earwax, 27. Vaikuttaja is an influencer. To shoot Why do I think this is Ampua? Because it is Ampua. Because I'm a genius. That's why. Because my brain is nimble. Suomi. Boom. Finland. How hard was that? To remember, muista. Muistella. I'm close enough. All right. Muista. To publish, to release is... Oh, it starts with a J. I know it. It's like to publish. Josta or like Jalka. Yul. It's Jul. I swear. Juhlista. Julkista. Yes. I'm only like, I wouldn't be so excited if I wasn't guessing so much. Like I know I'm guessing and I'm getting it right, and it feels like I'm hitting, you know, half court shots in basketball. Like I just won $1 million with a shot that I know I can only make one in a million times. Maybe not one in a million, but Jalka is foot. Yeah, I was getting there. I had to think of other words to get there. Yeah, Juhlista is to celebrate. Julkista or Julkaista. Okay, just a couple more of these bad boys. Oh. I have no idea. Yeah, Vadarsininen. I would never would have guessed that. Hey, I know this word because I guessed it incorrectly for another word. Perustaminen. What? No. Perustaminen means foundation. Okay? I don't give a crap about this Sathya. I mean, I get credit for it because perustaminen does mean a foundation or the founding. So it is one valid translation from English. So without the context, obviously in context, you might need to, you know, like a foundation that's like an organization. Maybe you can't refer to it as a perustaminen. Probably not, right? So you'd have to use this word, Sathya. But yeah, perusta is the foundation of like a house. Yeah. An official is virallinen or viranomainen. State or country is it valta or maa? Valta. Valtio. Why did I say... What about Valta? What does that mean? What am I confusing that with? Yeah, it does mean a country. Valta. This could be... Some people might translate this as Switzerland, by the way. I don't know who would do that, but I've heard it's a common misconception when people learn Finnish to translate this as Switzerland. So be kind to those people that make that mistake. They're secretly really intelligent people. But anyways, yeah. Valta could also be Like literally country, state. Valtio, state, country, right? The United State. Yhdys valta. But I think I get credit for Valta? I kind of feel like I should have remembered Valtio. How is Valtio different from Valta? That's what I don't know. Because, well, in this case, Valta can also just mean power. A state, a country, a government. I don't know if I understand the nuance here, but I'm giving myself credit. All right. Oh shoot, sorry JS, I just gave myself credit and now I'm reading your comment. You'd say Valta can't be state country as it's need to be in plural in some very specific cases like the United States. Ah. You know what? I'll go false. All right. I changed the data. All right. I took back the credit point. But I mean, look at, for all the stuff I've practiced today, I've gotten 66 correct. 60%. Oh, but yeah. Maybe we'll take a little break from this and look at something else. We're not looking at Selko set because you guys have warned me it's really depressing. But I thought about this website. Because I don't often go to this site, but it's a really good place to review some of the grammar. And I was even looking at like some of the spoken language grammar. And I'm kind of curious. I want to look at like, let's try this. The syntax of spoken Finnish. Spoken language. You can find 6 special phenomenons of the syntax of spoken Finnish. Phenomena, I believe, is the correct. No, they're both correct plurals, by the way. I'm not ragging on it. But that can be kind of annoying, even like native speakers, when we have so many words in English from other languages like Greek or Latin. And because those languages were so official, they preserved the grammatical plurals of those languages into English so that we still use we had an example of it earlier this stream. It was the lopsy, right? Yeah, the lopsy, right? This comes from Latin for the apostates who renounce their faith under persecution. That's another good word, apostate. It looks like apostle, but it's literally the opposite of an apostle. Apostates. Good word. Okay, well, I'm distracted. But JS, you may not be correct though, you're saying. You wonder. But anyways, let's continue. Personal pronouns. Mina, sina, me, and te are optional. You can just as well say mina menen as plain menen. I go. However, there's a difference in the way personal pronouns are used in written and spoken Finnish. In fact, in written Finnish, people are very likely to drop the personal pronouns. In spoken language, funnily enough, people are much more likely to use the spoken language versions of personal pronouns. It's like the written language is somehow more formal, but also more brief. You'll omit words in the written version. You think the spoken version would be somehow lazier, but it ends up being, I don't know, more colorful, I guess. It's not a rule, just a tendency. For han and he, we have to use the personal pronoun in standard Finnish as well. Yeah, I do remember learning that. A standard luen kirjaa, mä luen kirjaa, or mä luen kirjaa, mä syön majoneesia, sä kävelet hitaasti, me menen kauppaan, te muistatte tämän, se maalaa. Does that mean like to paint or to draw? Maalaa. I think it's to paint, right? Ne häiritsee. Oh, hey, Helion. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, the mie. Menen is too long. Just main. Main. I'm not... this language. Yeah, and you could, it's good. I didn't read all of the standard, but maybe it's good to look and compare, right? This one, these don't really change that much, right? Again, I'm looking at the verb and whatever, but this changes. Menemme becomes memenan. Who were the Finnish people that came up with that? Because that's just insane. Like, how does that make any sense? That they just totally... They just took the passive and decided, we're going to... Why? Why the passive? Did that make sense at some point? That we're like, yeah, but we're only going to use it as the we. And then here, this is important. Häiritsevat then just becomes häiritsee. It just takes the singular ending. The formal way sounds like the speaker swallowed an iron bar. Me tulemme, me tullaan. Mennään. Possessive suffixes. Minun kirjani versus mun kirja. Nimesi, sun nimi. Hänen tukkansa, sen tukka. Meidän kotimme, meidän koti. Teidän lapsenne, teidän lapsi. Heidän koulunsa, niiden koulu. Third infinitive, menen nukkuun. The third infinitive in standard language ends in maan after verbs like mennä, oppia, and jäädä. In spoken language, this form will be shortened considerably. So it goes from he menevät nukkumaan to ne menee nukkuun. What? That's a different language. They told me to learn the rules. Finnish people were like, just learn the rules. Just learn the rules and then it's easy. How am I supposed to learn the rules when you keep changing the rules? You don't follow the rules. I thought this was a rule-abiding country. One tends to drop at least a letter, if not a whole syllable per word. Tukka is immature. Some immature people might find it funny. But here we go. He oppivat tanssimaan. Ne Oppi tanssi. And apparently the N is optional at the end. He jäävät opiskelemaan. Ne jää opiskelee. So we're taking he, which is they for people, and we're just changing it to ne, which is like they for it. I think we get the point here. The infinitive of verbs. Verb plus verb. A very common spoken language phonological change is that diphthongs will change into long vowels. This is, for example, the case in verbs such as kysyä, spoken kysy, and sanoa, spoken sano. This is especially important in verb plus verb chains. Verb type 4 undergoes more changes than other verbs when in a verb plus verb change. Oh, what? That's for real? You guys do this? Saanko kysyä? Saanko kysyä? En osaa sanoa. En osaa sanoa. I don't think I knew about this. Voitko avata oven? Voitko avaa oven? Like, can you open the door? Tampere uses R for a lot of D. D to R is common in the West Coastish area. Verenkeitin becomes a bit more gruesome. Verenkeitin. The blood. Tukka refers to some private area. You don't think you use these shorter forms, JS? These diphthong into long vowel? Osaatko pelata tennistä? Osaatko pelaa tennistä? En osaa vastata siihen. En osaa vastaa siihen. Yeah, I mean, this isn't so bad. Because I think I would still understand what people are saying. I probably wouldn't even notice that they were speaking in an unstandard way. My brain is so far behind, just desperately trying to keep up with the flow of, consonants and vowels that this language spits out, that I'm like, but like, at least I would feel, I mean, as in like, I wouldn't even notice it's not standard. Whereas when people talk like this, well, actually, even if someone's, I don't think I understand the mon ending that well, so I probably wouldn't really know. But this stuff, I would notice this. Mon, son. And yeah, and I would notice this. Ma, sa, mie. Those do sound like some younger people talk. You agree, Helion? It was really common when you grew up, Lorelei. And a lot of these depend on the region. The sina passivi you hate, JS. All right, well, let me take a look at it. In spoken Finnish, it's common to use the sina form instead of the passive when the speaker wants to express that an action applies to anyone. The sa in these spoken sentences does not refer to anyone in the conversation specifically. Joskus voitetaan, joskus ei becomes joskus sä voitat, joskus et. Is it like, it would help if I mean, sometimes one can, sometimes not? What? Sometimes we win. Okay, yeah. Sometimes we don't. Okay, that helps. Where's the sometimes we win, sometimes not. We don't. Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. I mean, in English, that's how we... Do you think it comes from English? I mean, maybe not just English. Like, other languages might do this as well, where we use the second person to refer to, like, general. Mika Häkkinen? I don't know who Mika Häkkinen is. Voitetaan from voittaa. Yeah, to win, which was a word that I just practiced in my spreadsheet and I totally forgot. Or because I just wasn't expecting it. I thought of voida instead. And it's like my brain can't keep up with the gymnastics because I see the VOI and then I see T, and like I'm not logically thinking about this. My brain is like trying to puzzle this out like on a deeper level. And I know that the T and the D are related in this, what is it? What's the word? Consonant gradation. Sometimes the T and the D can transform into each other. Or maybe not. But I think so. Whatever. And yeah, so that's why I got it wrong. But the voittaa loses a T, but then adds another T. Voitetaan. Sitten lisätään munat taikinaan. Something about eggs? Like sitten is like then we add eggs, or then you add eggs. I don't know what this taikinaan means. Then add the eggs to the dough. Okay. Yeah, some of this is weird. Taikinaan. Sitten sä lisät munat taikinaan. Then you add the eggs to the dough. You think Sina Passivi was imported by those Finnish sports persons living abroad and then translating the English passive into Finnish word by word? Yeah, I was thinking it might come from English. Still deal with these forms of Sina Passivi. Wait, here's a question. Why is it passive? Oh, well, okay, hold on. Yeah. The standard is passive. Or it uses the passive form. But is it passive in function? Because the actual meaning here is we win, right? For joskus voitetaan. Sometimes we win, not something is won, right? That's where I get confused. It's a passive construction or form, but it's not passive in function. But anyways, whatever the case, yeah, the Sina passive, we just replace the whatever and we put it with sa, or yeah, Sina, sa. But you can still deal with these forms, but let's not get to the kukaketa discussion. Then you'd be a form of a blood percolator, Helion. I didn't realize that pulling up this webpage could strike such, what is the word? I don't know, such a political and polemical feeling in you guys. Keta is not kuka. There's no question. I don't know who Mika Hakkinen is. Unsubscribed, says Helion. But oh wait, actually, let me use this new search engine I've never tried before. In F1, okay. I never watched racing. And he competed only till 2001. The Fly, okay. Maybe I have heard this nickname, the Flying Finn. I've heard that. But that's it. So yeah, if me not knowing Formula 1 is like the deal breaker for you, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm surprised you stuck around through all the Tolkien lectures, through all the nonsense that I've put you guys through. That's what is it? The feather that broke the camel's back. Or is it the straw that broke the camel's back? What's the expression? Is it an expression to say the feather that broke the camel's back? I don't know. The straw. That is definitely a thing over there for you, Lorelei. Vadarsi nice Suomi thing. Wait, what is Vadarsi nice? Does that mean official? Vadarsi nice Suomi. Didn't we just have that word? Vadarsi nice, meaning like official or actual. Yeah, in that Joskus Voitetaan, there's nobody in particular doing the winning. The standard is passive, and while the spoken is not technically passive, hence the sat, it is used in the passive function. You don't care for F1 either, JS? You wonder why it's called Vadarsi nice Suomi. Guess it's one of the oldest areas with population and such. Vadarsi stem, nine and woman. Stem woman. Vadarsi nine and... Well, there you go. Oh yeah, Finland proper is Vadarsi nice Suomi. And Turku is in that region. In Finland proper. Or it really just means southwest Finland now? Is that... Because it's an actual, like, county or region of Finland. And hey, Anni, welcome in. Good to see you. In Finnish TV, there was once a troll named Hugo who used to say, Aina ei voi voittaa, ei edes joka kerta. When it comes to eggs, you need to be specific, otherwise eyebrows will rise and a few smiles. Wait, what? Uusima rose from the sea. Wait, did we go through these? Pretty much, yeah. Particles and other rare constructions. Some forms that are common in written Finnish will hardly ever appear in spoken Finnish. This includes, for example, the following constructions. Temporal particles, reference construction, in order to construction. Oh. I had like a sneeze. The allergies are hitting me. I've been taking some allergy medication, which has helped. But it's like, it is such a nice time of year to go outside and see the flowers and even to smell the flowers. Like just walking, you know when you walk past a tree or a bush and it's just full of fragrance. It's like, I love that feeling. But anyways, okay, wait. So there's all of these. I mean, I don't think I would really know. Okay, so yeah, it's like here it would just be like you would just say it more simply. Or should I say more like English? Right? This feels very literary. Or it looks to me very proper, or like, what's the word? It looks more complicated. Maybe that's the way I want to say it. It just looks like a complicated written form. Whereas this is just like use the simple words. Hold on, I got to take one more break. What, you can walk to Sweden? Why use many words when you can use one? Maybe because in order to use the one word, you have to do a crossword puzzle. Maybe that's why. Yes. Maybe I don't feel like having to solve a cryptic puzzle. But anyways, yeah. See, I feel like I've seen some of these forms, like this one. Pidettävä. Ovi on pidettävä suljettuna versus ovi täytyy pitää kiinni. Is this like the door should be closed? Is that what that means? The door must be kept closed. I mean, I got the sense. Versus this one. I mean, the Google Translate's like, you can't fool me. You can't fool me. I know that these are the same. Because, yeah. Sulje is like to suljetta is to close, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna look up sulje. A bracket. Sulje. Is that a word? Maybe it's not. Let me look. Let me just pull this one up. Suljettava. Sulkea. See, how am I supposed to learn this language if sulkea is the word I'm looking for and it becomes suljettava? Oh man, to close. Sulkea. Yeah, thank you guys in chat. You were helping me out. I didn't see it yet. Sulje is imperative of sulkea. Yeah, kiinni, suljettu. Basically the same as closed and shut. Yeah. No, I didn't need a pee break. I just needed to blow my nose. It's allergy season. At least for me, I feel like I just go through so many tissues. Wait, what? Saving to buy a car needs to be formal, but if you use the spoken version, you are suddenly required to save for a piano instead of a car? Wait. I have no idea. Was that, wait, was that here? Oh, here, yeah. Yeah, okay, I have to say, so here's a good point. Let me ask you this: is suljettuna, is that too really formal? Would you not say this word in spoken language? Because, or is it, the way this is written is kind of confusing, because it's like, are you only changing what's in the brackets? If the focus is on the way it's written in the brackets, then why are we changing words outside of the brackets as well? Like pianon. Right? Right? Like, that makes no sense. And it's clear because here han does actually become se in spoken language. Yeah, JS, I am taking some antihistamine medication right now, which helps. Yeah, suljettuna and kiinni are interchangeable. Not much preference. Yeah. Suljettuna might be too complicated. Yeah, kiinni is more, I would recognize this, and I would use this probably. My simple brain. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just complaining because it's like, wait, why are we changing words that don't have to be changed? But yeah, that's all for these 6 differences of the syntax of spoken Finnish and written Finnish. You'll find interjections, no, aya, niin, and filler words, totta, totta noin, niinku. Yeah, niinku, I've heard that. There are many phonological, morphological, and lexical differences as well. That's cool. Very good. Very good article. It's more stylistic regional, which you prefer, but suljettuna sounds a bit too complex for you, Helion. Sulja ovi is more of a command, and voitko sulkea ovea is a request to please close the door. Please don't exist, so it's often translated to would you be so kind, olisitko niin kiltti. For a second there, Anni, when you said please don't exist, you said please doesn't exist, but I read it as please don't exist. Like you're asking me not to exist. I'm like, all right. I'm in a simulation anyway, all right? Yeah. It sounds so ancient to say it this way, like you would go back 200 years in time. I skipped Thule and such. Mainly just because my brain was so tired. That's why I skipped it. I'm like, there's a certain point where I'm like, I've learned enough Finnish today. Your mom used to coin the term kysymyslauseen imperatiivinen funktio, the imperative function of a question, and like in who'd take out the trash, meaning you young scallywag, take out the trash. That's true. Yeah, we definitely have that in English. Who would like it's I don't know if it's like a parent thing. It's like every kid grows up and knows when their parents ask like these rhetorical questions. Who would like to help me? Who would like to? Or it's worse when they ask you, would you like to help me with this? And the answer is no, I would not like to, but I will because I have to. It's almost kind of insulting, right? It's almost insulting to your emotional identity, right? Would I like to? We both know I'm not going to enjoy it. So don't even ask, like you're mocking me. Is there a translation to scallywag? Hey, well, you know what? Let's find out. Glorious. A ruffian. What is the origin of this word? Scallywag. Let's see. It's also spelled scalawag. Unknown etymology. Chiefly from the UK, a disreputable fellow, a good-for-nothing, a scapegrace. I don't know if I've seen that word, a scapegrace. A scoundrel, a blackguard. That's a weird word as well. The lowest servant in the household, charged with pots, pans, and other kitchen equipment. A badly maker, a rascal. A rascal. That's a good one. A rogue, a trickster. We have so many words for this in English. A troublemaker, a cheeky person. That little rascal bit me. I want a black grace, a blackguard. I like this. It's like a braggart, but the opposite of a braggart. I guess a braggart, I don't know if it's the opposite of a braggart. A braggart is someone who is like overly confident in their own self-esteem, you know? But a blackguard is somebody who has no self-esteem or self-esteem, I guess. An unprincipled, contemptible person, an untrustworthy person, a scoundrel. A man who uses foul language in front of a woman, typically a woman of high standing in society. Yeah, that's a good point, JS. You associate scallywag with pirate ships. I agree. Why is that? A scallywag. American English colloquial, perhaps an alteration by influence of wag, or Scottish scalag, a farm servant. An early recorded sense of scalawag was an undersized, ill-fed, and worthless animal. But it does seem like a word that would have been used in pirate stories. Yeah, scallywag. By the way, when did Enum Online update their logo? You see that? Look, this logo, in my opinion, does not fit the identity of Enum Online. This logo looks like it is the crest or the logo of some private Christian school. I mean, look, it's literally a lion with wings and a shield and rays of light, of holiness. Right? I mean, This is the most Christian logo. What? What is up with that? But yeah. Oh yeah, there was this other word, Lorius. Lorius, a scoundrel, a villain. But yeah. Little like Dennis the Menace, a Lorius. Oh, the microphone is acting up as well. I'm sorry about that, guys. And you're Lorelai, it's like I'm like, my microphone is gaslighting you guys into thinking it's your headphones that are the problem. Scallywag had no association with pirates until it appeared in novels and plays about seafaring swashbucklers in the late 1800s. Yeah, that makes sense. The animal makes you think of Babylon. Maybe that's where what they're going for. You know, I don't know, some ancient kind of melting pot of ancient languages. Yeah. Well, thanks for telling me about the microphone muting. We haven't had a major microphone meltdown in a little while. But yeah, it has been kind of on my list of things I want to improve with the stream. So thanks for that. And yeah, actually, I mean, I think it's time we can wrap up the stream. It's 9 o'clock. I'm tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. And yeah, it's good good to have you guys for episode 122 of Learn Finnish with me. Muted. Poor Antti left waiting. Wait, did I miss Antti? Who's Antti? I don't even know. You guys, yeah, thanks for joining the stream. We'll be back next Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 7 o'clock Finland time, we practice some Finnish together. I am slowly but surely improving. Slower than I'd like. Oh, it was the Antti Tule. Yeah, I didn't have the energy to do all the translations. But yeah, I'll be back. I'm still doing my Terraria streams. So if you want to join for that, it's on Thursdays. So I do know a lot, Onni. Thanks for that. Yeah, well, I'm getting better. Have a good rest of your week. And yeah, I hope to see you guys in the next live stream. Goodbye.